If you're anything like me, struggling to learn through your beginning phase of trading, you are 9 times out of 10 most likely overcomplicating things. You see, when I started my trading journey, I fell for the scheme on TikTok that you had to mark up with your charts with all these fancy lines and boxes and all these different liquidity sweeps and fair value gaps. And ultimately, I was overcomplicating things for my mind that moves at a slow pace sometimes, and I was failing because of it. Today, I'm going to outline and tutorialize the strategy called the 15-minute orb that saved my trading. This strategy is not only simple, but it is effective. It requires 2 lines on the chart, and that is it. There's no gaps, there's no imbalances, there's no box here, box there, line here, line there, and 400 different things to look at before you execute a 1-minute scalping trade. There's 2 simple lines that happen at the same time every single day. They show up every single day, and you are guaranteed to take a well-controlled trade and be able to control consolidating markets when you use this strategy. So without further ado, let's hop onto the charts, learn what this strategy is, and then get into some live back testing of the strategy. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video in the channel if content like this helps educate people. My number one goal is to spread the gospel and to help you guys become better traders, and I can't do that without the spreading of this channel and the liking of the content. So without further ado, let's get into the charts. So I want to start by explaining what is the orb. So the orb stands for opening range breakout. This can be marked on what I like to call the 5-minute time frame or above. Okay, so you're going to use the first candle in the opening session of New York session. It usually works best in New York session. That is what I trade, but you can use it in London and Asia session. Any of the major session opens. I would prefer New York session Eastern time if I were you. I live on the East Coast. I use the first 15-minute candle. So I let that first 15-minute candle print. I come to the charts on 9:45 and I mark out my opening range breakout. And the good thing about this is it happens every single day. You just have to still be a smart trader about when you're going to choose to trade it or not. What are we looking at with the orb here? Like I said, if you choose to mark out the first 5-minute candle, that's fine. If you choose to mark out the first 15-minute candle like I do, that's fine. You could wait for the first 30-minute candle to print and you could mark out that. The orb works on any time frame. I wouldn't go below the 5-minute just for, risk purposes and safety purposes, but I prefer the 15-minute. Find what candlestick works for you. If you like the opening range breakout of the 5-minute, do it. If you like the opening range breakout of the 15-minute, do it. That's what I felt worked best for me. So that's what I do. So essentially this chart here, this picture I should say, explains it best. You have the high wick and the low wick. Let's call this the 15-minute candle. So this candle is done printing at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time of New York session. You'd mark out the top wick. You'd mark out the bottom wick. You'd wait for a break and close above, and then you'd buy. Or you could wait for a rejection here and a sell. Or you could wait for a close under here and a pullback for a break and retest to the sell side. The strategy works in many different ways. So now what I'm going to do is actually show you on the charts what I mean by this. Okay, so now that we are on the charts, I'm going to show you an actual trade that I took yesterday. I'm not only going to outline on the charts what I was looking for, I'm going to live backtest the trade I took yesterday and show you guys exactly what I was looking for live in the moment. So let's actually start. The first thing I'm going to do here is find the 9:30 candle. That would be this candle right here. This is the 9:30 candle on the 15-minute chart. So after this candle closes, it is 9:45. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take my line and mark out the top wick of that first 15-minute candle. Vice versa, same thing for the bottom wick. Let's get these lines a little more set. So keep in mind, guys, as I said before, that this can be done on any time frame. If you want to mark out the first 5-minute candle and repeat what I'm going to do here, do that. Use the strategy and the steps I'm using, but adhere it to your strategy and your time frame that makes you trade the best. For me, it's the 15-minute. For you, it could be the 5-minute. It could be the 30-minute. So I marked out that first 15-minute candle. So now what I'm going to do is switch down to the 1-minute. Okay, so now that that 15-minute candle has been marked off, all I'm doing is waiting for a break above with displacement or a break below with displacement. So what did we get here? We got a break below and a close below here and a retest with this little blue candle right here. But that's not enough for me. That's not a real move. I don't want just one simple close like that and then a little doji pullback like that. I want price to come down here like it did and then really pull back into the zone and reject. So as you guys can see, we don't take the trade off this candle. We wait here for this move. We then wait for the pullback, which we got. And then off that second rejection with a little bit of engulfing, we'll look to take this position. I targeted this market structure right here, and we ended up hitting take profit. It was like a 1 to 4. So now that I've outlined this on the charts and you guys kind of see the trade, I'm going to actually play it forward for you guys on my backtesting software. All right, guys, so here we are on the backtesting software, and I'm going to take you exactly through how I was thinking about this trade. So here we are on Monday, July 14th, 2025. You guys can clearly see the date up there. I'm going to head and move the time frame here to 9:45 because that is the candle we are looking for, and we are on the 15-minute time frame. So let's move it to 9:45. So what do? We get that first candle right there. Bang. Mark that out. Bang. Next, all we're going to do is go down to the 1 minute and wait for that displaced move that we want to see. So we're just going through here. We don't get it there. Not enough of a move there to take a break and retest. We need something, like I said, up and to come back. So there we go. Bang. That's that first move I was talking about. There's that retest and that engulfing candle. This right here is not enough for me to enter. It's not. I need the real move to occur and then the pullback, not one simple close under and then a small little pullback. I need the real move to occur. And as you guys can see, that's what we get here. We get this real move. Bang. There's the engulfing bearish candle. Now we enter the position. We target this market structure here. We'll go ahead and execute this trade. And it's almost as simple as just waiting it out. Just like that. That is the orb strategy. Another positive I want to bring to you guys is if you mark out this top and bottom line, you won't get stuck in this chop here because all of this right here is a no trade zone until we get a breakout above or until we get a breakout below. So you won't be getting stuck in all of this chop. And that is the beauty of the orb strategy. Not only does it help you take simpler trades, it also helps you avoid unnecessary choppy trades. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial in this video on how the orb strategy really saved my trading, just simply trading and just keeping it simple, not over marking, not over charting, not having analysis paralysis, and just keeping things simple. Without further ado, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. I appreciate you guys all being here.